as they come down. Fantastic. It's just logic of how they're able to do it. Especially if one zigs when the other zags, it gets terrifying. It gets terrifying. Zig and zag.
What's up your own?
I'm not the fucking job scene, you know.
Take the back, tree line at the back. They're getting a lot closer to each other. Here comes the champion. That looks like that's enough. That one's very long, and I've got to be honest, the amount of smoke that we were seeing being kicked up at Quarry Corner. I think look at that. We've got somebody else that's spun up at Quarry. He's just gone over Avon right, exit stage left, and we'll probably see it reappear. There he is, so no problem, kept it away from the barriers, but just overcooked it a smidge there. As you see. Make sure the next time they come round past you, deliberately spraying that smoke in our direction as if to try and shut me up. And the chicanes, and in fact, if you look at Combe Corner there, the entry to Combe Corner, you'll see there's a big bit of tarmac going to the infield. That's when we have the motorbikes racing here. It was only, was it last week? I think it was last week here. slow them down again because they're already back up to full speed again by the time they get to camp. So we put a temporary chicane in there. So we have sort of just altered it a little bit over the years, as you can probably imagine. And it's spun it round in front of it's gone on through the angle. Steady. John, I thought it was steady. I think we've seen through camp so far in this session. How good it is, they have sort of stuck in the full complement.
Snips.
Good back in control after he had his own moment there. The good thing that was going Marshall is getting, and there goes the checker. Now he's going to be the first one that's properly taken the checkered flag, and he's now seen it, the one that's heading around quarry, that you can see kicking out the so he's happy, he's still going. But everybody heading up there at quarry, the one that's about to crest over the top of the hill, this is the first one that's taken the checkered flag, so give them a massive wave, a massive round of applause. They really do put on a fantastic show. It's so good watching the flashes go off on your cameras up there. up at Tower. Doesn't look like there's that many up at Tower. I see a few there. Big wave. And then of course this massive crowd down here at Camp Corner. Suspecting we may well not have drifters those days. I may be totally wrong, and we may well do, they're having a whole lot more fun all of a sudden. And one of them's lost it on the start-finish straight, but towards the grass, thankfully for that. As I said earlier, that is the way to throw it. We've got one or two still making their way out into the pit lane. Short of the 18 that were due to take place. They're danders up this time, haven't they? Look at those rooster tails of smoke as they go down the start-finish straight, managing all the way down, side to side, a fantastic between Quarry and the SSR. Just behind, I suddenly see a car arrive backwards on the grass as somebody else has lost it a bit there. Smell that. Oh, what a smell. Fantastic. I'm still waiting to see, because I know in that first drift session you were reliable out there, dropping the tweets through with your photos, your videos, any updates of anything that you've seen. So don't forget, let's get those coming through at Castle Combe UK, at Forge Motorsport, and at Dawes Racing, DAWES Racing, that's me. And get the tweets coming through. These next three were sort of threatening. Two of them were threatening to start twinning, but they've spread themselves out a little bit. Now that had a moment or two in this morning's session along this start-finish straight, but the smoke, the amount of smoke up through Quarry, and certainly two of them got very, very close that time round, so they are most definitely lighting it up and enjoying themselves down there now. Couple just taking it steady, but Huxley Motorsport, that's a big name in the drifting scene there. The second car there has turquoise making its way in towards the pit lane. With a bit of luck, that'll just be checking up, have a look, maybe change a tyre or two and get it back out there again. Even able to take the Apex Racing line there as he brings it round Camp. And someone that's exited fully was about to start heading up Avon Rise and is making its way all the way and into the corn. You could be in trouble with a farmer for that one, but he's out there. Has found reverse, so that's good news.
Well, that's I said ain't so.
Just also been handed a piece of paper, and that, oh, we got the one that's in the corn is still actually there. announcements. They're selling the 3:30 track session, so get in there and get yourself signed on for the 3:30 track session. Saying that the car that exited Folly and went into the infield and towards the court, there's going to be no damage on that car. It's only I don't think it's going to be wet enough. It's going to stop them from being able to get out, but they haven't escaped. Now, I've been handed a piece of paper because GTR, registration S8790FJ, a white Nissan GTR S8790FJ. Also a blue Nissan Skyline X626. Registration VN61NXJ. White VW van VN61NXJ. Please, can you come and move your cars, or they will end up having to be moved for you because they are parked where they're not supposed to be anyway, but in front of a shed. And I think there may be a few more that are going to need to be moved at some point as well, so we'll get those details. But if you are parked down that part, please go and move them. They're not supposed to be there. You are in front of a garage shed, and as you can imagine, we need to be able to get in and out of there. So get down there, move it, or they will be forcibly removed for obvious reasons. Bad news is we have another red flag now for this drift session, and as is always the case, it will send all the different recovery vehicles out there. And this is where I rely on everybody that's out there now of letting us know what has happened and where it has happened. I certainly can't see it. Yes, so whilst we've got a bit quiet on the track as well, we do have another couple of cars.
What do you reckon of this one?
Okay, so we've got a couple of other cars that need to be moved. Mini Cooper, white Mini Cooper, YK11XAJ, YK11XAJ, and a BMW 1 Series. Now, this isn't by the shed that I was on about. This is actually on stand B10. Now, I'm assuming it's not supposed to be. It's blocking others, whatever it might be. But BMW 1 Series, GY62KFU. GY62KFU. Move the cars, please. And going back to the ones now that we got some a bit more able to hear on the circuit. It may well be the fact that that car in the middle that they're surprised that it didn't move. That does look like that's where they've. We've got Cat has tweeted, can you tell everyone that stood at the front to sit down so people sat behind can see it? Thanks. That's a fair comment, Cat. I can understand that. It's a tricky one because everyone sort of stands up, don't they? But more like 3:15, so we don't want you actually coming down. A standard session first. Doing the prize givings for and the club of the show. So the car of the show and the club of the show. And then after that we'll make our way up to the far corner and we've got the Show and Shine Awards as well. We've got the top. So it didn't take them long to get went up over a horizon as one of them has, and in fact that was the car that got slowed up by the car managing. No one's told that one that these guys are drifting, I don't think, because he got scared by the car that was drifting in front of him. Yellow flag's waving there, but as that car rejoins the circuit, gets going again, no problem, in goes the yellow flag. so the performance arts can start again with these fantastic drift cars. All the way around Camp. Certainly they're the two places that you can see that they are lighting up all the way down this start-finish straight. It does look as though they're doing it from the exit of Quarry all the way down to the S's as well. Now I'll keep looking over towards Tower to see whether they're doing anything along there, but I'm not sure they are doing too much at that stage. It really does appear Quarry and Goose, you're up at Quarry there, I'm assuming, judging from what you say. Good to see that you're here, Mark. I thought you probably would be, and he just said that someone's gone into the phone. And it's carried on. That's the great thing about those rector-cell barriers that you'll see in front of the tyres. They can hit over Avon Rise, where it's actually made contact with there. So, fingers crossed that that is just literally dislodged it and everything's a-okay. Certainly the whole line. It's good to see you here again. Oh, what near as well, but he managed to gather it up and make it look, style that out nicely there, to be fair. Looked completely on purpose. Meant that. I'm trying to work out how far down the car just what's there. They'll be managing all the way down that straight, the zigzag. Oh, have we possibly got a bit of twinning? No, we haven't. That turquoise car suddenly thought better of it and backed away from the, I don't know, is that pink or purple? It's a pinky purple, isn't it? The bad news is the Jaguar is in the pit lane, and that's helmet on roof. Doesn't look like that's going back out. Absolutely planted on these cars. They come all the way around Camp. And another one that got mighty close to the pit wall. I just don't understand who's madder, the driver or the passenger. The passenger has suddenly seen. A couple of spots of rain there. Fingers crossed that's not going to come to fruition or anything significant enough to cause a problem, but it's certainly just spitting a little bit there. Threatened with silence this side. You can hear him in the distance, all like coming towards us. And here comes the white one. Getting the racer line across the apex. A massive round of applause when they come round. The car that's just coming over the top of Avon Rise, still giving it full beans. That's the first guy that's taken the checkered flag, and that's the one I think he's just pirouetted that round in a ball of smoke. Hopefully nothing too bad, because there's two suddenly arriving up there at Quarry. Goodness me, that possibly got a little bit. Give them a wave so they know that you're. So make sure that they know that you've enjoyed it and you've watched them. The good news is they are back. They'll be back out. Which is great news. Obviously we'll get the maintenance crews heading out on circuit because they'll mend the rector-cell barriers. Hey, good. That was not a bad attempt at spelling it, mate. Well done. This time. I think you missed a C out though, but it's not a bad one. And yes, I agree. These guys and girls are nuts out there, aren't they? Absolutely amazing car control. So close to the pit wall in particular. And you think about it, around the majority of this circuit, there is not an awful lot of runoff, and yet they are throwing it that sideways, especially when they start getting into the twinning. and they're doing it in tandem. It's absolutely incredible car control, and the good news is they keep that on the circuit, not on the road. It's only on the circuit, that allow drifting, which I know is getting harder and harder for them these days, because unsurprisingly it's something that does make quite a lot of noise, to say the least. Limited where they can go. They used to sort of be able to throw it out onto airfields and things like that, but unfortunately it's getting a bit tricky. They're struggling to get on some of the airfields these days, aren't they? So a real shame. So in they come. Give them show me appreciation for this show, and we do look forward to seeing them back out a little bit later. So that brings us to 5 to 3. So we're getting close to the time when, if you are on the top 25, you have that sticker or whatever it is, the letter on your windscreen that tells you that you are part of that. You can maybe start making your way down towards us. Be careful, because the drift cars are just coming through and getting themselves into their positions, which is kind of where you're going to be coming along, just in front of the Strawford Centre. So don't panic too much. We've got a standard session going out first, by my reckoning. Please remember, the streets of the circuit, not out on the road. Take it very steady out there. Please respect us. For the final stop. The second of the chicane.
It's starting to slow down.
Yeah,
Harris, the purple Nissan.
the cameras
They can do what they want now. Forge actually then 2018. And what I'm thinking was to bring this took a lot longer than I thought. There we go. But that was collect to make sure that it went to the infield rather than towards the pit wall. Rally day here, you need to come. Rally day is absolutely amazing. On Saturday the 22nd of September, go to rallyday.com for details. The Saturday after that, Saturday the 29th, box at Jim Gatesford now. He's still out there. Hello, mate. Still out there photographing with his famous hat and his big lens. Is that the right way around? I think that's the right way around. But he's out there, and you guys are down there with that top on the room. And Paul Hill in his beautiful silver Porsche 911 ST from 1979. Now, and the Daily won the car of the show. Absolutely stunning. So, congratulations to all of those. I don't have the name, should have actually here. The winner of the show and shine.
Still looks like your little, you know when you got an aggressive little dog?
What's your previous Toyota Supra? Absolutely stunning. Congratulations on taking that. It's what it's all confident one.
It's actually coming really fast into it. I thought I was going to grab it.
So after the brief lull where they've clearly changed their tyres, we've now got the back out there.